Show on ukhealthradio.com. The final bit of travel tips for this week's show before I get into the travel news is some travel secrets from airport insiders. There's another thing I've found at travelandleisure.com. It's American based. I'm not going to go through all of it because some of it really isn't relevant, but there's one or two. So here we go. The first one. The locks on zipped suitcases are useless. You can pop a zipper with a pen and drag the lock zipper pulled around the bag and close them back up. Somebody who works in an airport says that they've done this many times to identify bags that are tagless and locked. I've seen it on YouTube as well. It's so easy to get into a zip with a pen and you would never know. Just YouTube search suitcase zip pen and see what you find, and you'd probably be pretty worried. Always bring your own headphones. Another insider who was listed as Reddit user ICHIGO29 said that he used to work for a warehouse that supplied certain airline with items. The headsets they're given are not new, despite being wrapped up. They're taken off the flight, cleaned, it says in inverted commas, and then packaged again. You should always remove your old flight tags, which isn't really a travel secret, it's just common sense. And apparently the reason for some bags missing their flight, and I mentioned about your rights under the Montreal Convention last week. If you didn't, go to facebook.com/didn't listen to the show, facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. Click on the link. Anyway, the reason that some bags miss their flight or get misrouted is because passengers don't remove old tags, which confuses handlers as well as the conveyor belt scanners. Always be kind to employees. The nicer you are, the more they'll do for you. Ran out of beef, never going to happen with me. Ask politely and they will get you something from first class. If your neighbour is noisy, tell the attendant nicely and they might be able to get you a better seat. Said another Reddit person. If you be nice to the ticket agent, they'll pretty much always let you get away with overweight bags. If you're funny, I will not even charge you for the bags. Said one check-in attendant. One I've already covered already for the tips from the Australian insurance company. Buy and fly on a Tuesday. And finally, skip the coffee. Coffee is absolutely disgusting because no one washes the container that goes out every morning. The station agents who get paid way too little don't give a... I can't put the word they said here about cleaning it. I certainly didn't when I worked for AA, says this Poyser correspondent to this survey. Also, because we weren't given proper supplies to clean it, we pretty much rinsed it out and just dumped the coffee into it. I don't drink coffee anyway, but there we go, don't touch the coffee. This is listed from a travelandleisure.com/articles/air travel-secrets. And again, as with all the other ones, it'll be posted at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. If you've worked at an airport or for an airline or baggage handling, anything to do with the flight, and you have some secrets you wish to share, completely anonymously, I won't give your name, just contact me via facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. And if you feel brave enough, perhaps I'll have you on the show to interview about it and I'll disguise your voice in some way. And now, travel news. First up on travel news this week is from British Airways, and there are going to be 3 new fare types which are from on sale now actually. And the airline insists that the move would simplify short-haul tariffs and allow it to compete against budget carriers. Basic, Plus and Plus Flex replace the 6 categories that were on use until now. Basic obviously is the cheapest fare and does not include checked luggage. Seated is allocated a check-in, or passengers can pay to select a seat even. Flight changes can be made for £60 plus any difference in the fare. Plus gives you 23 kilograms checked bag and a free flight change on the day of departure up to 1 hour before the scheduled flight time. That's really useful actually. Fares can also be changed free ahead of departure, subject to a fare difference being applied. So it's not quite free, but there's no additional charge. Plus also includes seat selection from 48 hours prior to departure. Plus flex fares are fully refundable. Try saying that after you've had a few sherbets. Plus flex fares are fully refundable. Anyway, they include the 23kg bag to check in, free seat selection at booking, free changes on the day and free advance changes subject to fare difference. On domestic flights, Flight Plus is known as Business UK and includes lounge access and priority boarding. The class called Club Europe remains unchanged. It's hoped by British Airways that this could make their fares more attractive against rivals such as EasyJet. However, there may be some difference between EasyJet and the British Airways flights because EasyJet Flexi fares allow unlimited changes provided new flight times are between a week before and 3 weeks after the original travel date. If you're someone who's been stung by fees in the past, do you welcome these new fare classes? Once again, they're Basic, Plus and Plus Flex. I'm pretty sure I would prefer a basic British Airways flight over a Ryanair flight perhaps, but it does depend on what you can save. This summer, the Swiss capital, Geneva, for those who didn't know, invites you to relax and to explore. It was awarded as the best leading city break destination in Europe by the World Travel Awards for the past 2 years. Geneva is unveiling a groundbreaking campaign aimed at showcasing its beautiful city to thousands of leisure travellers this summer. Known as an international business hub for its humanitarian role as the capital of peace, Geneva Tourism, along with many of its partners, are joining together to provide leisure travellers a chance to experience the city's peaceful surrounding activities with complimentary accommodations. Philippe Vigon, CEO of Geneva Tourism, said, "The feedback we receive from our business travellers is positive when it comes to the beauty of Geneva. In fact, many wish they had more time to explore the city. As a result, we have created this campaign specifically for the leisure traveller who we feel is looking for a relaxing, hassle-free stay amidst a city rich in culture and activity." At the heart of the campaign, Geneva and its partners have teamed up to promote the city by offering a unique and unprecedented offer of 1,000 free nights in the finest hotels this summer as awarding prizes to lucky contest winners. Philippe also said, "We are increasingly excited about this campaign. It is a great achievement and testament to the strong relationships with our partners to be able to launch such a unique and generous project. We extend a warm welcome to our guests who will be discovering our destination." As I mentioned earlier, it's a very easy competition to enter. You simply register online at http://invitedby.geneve.com. The link obviously will be at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. 1,000 lucky entrants will have a chance to win a complimentary bed and breakfast overnight stay for two at one of the city's top 3, 4 and 5-star hotels. In addition, each entry also includes another chance to win complimentary return flights to Geneva. To enter, participants simply need to share the competition link on social media with the hashtag #InvitedByGeneva to automatically enter into the flight draw. As I say, I've already done it. It's very easy. In fact, I did it twice. With its spectacular location on the banks of Lake Geneva and close proximity to the Alps, Geneva offers some of Switzerland's most impressive scenic views. Known for its artisan chocolate shops, exquisite food scene, luxury watches and more, Geneva, it says here, offers visitors a wealth of activities to enjoy, and it lists a few. Sit along the shoreline of Lake Geneva, the largest alpine lake, and view the famous Jet d'Eau, the world's tallest fountain. Visit St. Peter's Cathedral, known as the home of John Calvin, the leader of the Protestant Reformation. Strolled through the Palais des Nations and Park, and where diplomats from around the world have joined together as part of the United Nations. Explore the cradle of fine watchmaking and walk along the famous Rue de Ron for luxury shopping. Of course, if you do enter, that does reduce the chances of me winning this competition. But anyway, the link will be at my Facebook page, and if you do enter, the best of luck. A passenger has reported a theft of 2 million Hong Kong dollars which is around £175,000 in cash and valuables from his hand luggage during an Emirates flight. According to the reports, the Turkish businessman had put his bag in an overhead compartment during the flight from Dubai to Hong Kong. He didn't realise the money and 2 watches had been stolen until after he disembarked. It is believed to have been the costliest case of in-flight theft in recent years. In-flight theft has been on the rise, especially in China. People are targeting passengers on flights arriving to Hong Kong, according to the South China Morning Post. A spokesman for the Emirates says it is working with the police investigation. It's something you do need to be aware of. If you can't put your luggage in the overhead compartment above your own head, do keep an eye on it during the flight. It's one of them sad things you just need to do. You just can't trust anybody nowadays. If you've not been on a cruise, you may not know that you are charged tipping from most cruise lines, and the Carnival Cruise Line has announced a hike in these onboard tips, which will take effect from September the 1st. The daily recommended amount will rise from $12 to $12.95 per person per day in a standard stateroom, and if you're in a suite, it's going to rise to $13.95. Luckily, there's always good news when this sort of thing comes out. You can avoid the increase by prepaying at the current amount if you book by the 9th of May. This follows a move by rival Royal Caribbean a month ago, which upped the tips from $13.50 per person in a standard room. Up to $13.50. Norwegian Cruise Line, NCL, first began the latest series of increases, updating its charges twice last year. But Carnival passengers do have the discretion to adjust the amount to be tipped before disembarking. Something I'm not happy with. I believe that the cruise line should just pay a decent wage, so they don't need to tip, and just charge it as part of the tickets. But that's just me. It won't be but you won't feel so upset about it if it's just part of the ticket. Well, that's my belief. What do you think? Facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. What do you think about being charged tips when you're on a cruise ship? Do you think it should be part of the full price, or are you quite happy to have it separate? And that's the end of this week's travel news. Well, we've reached the end of this week's marathon voice session by me. I hope you found the tips and information useful. Luckily for me, I enjoy listening to the sound of my own voice, and I did find 1 or 2 things new to me, so that's going to be going down in my latest book when I finally get around to revising it. All the websites will be mentioned at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. It's a place where you can go to comment about roaming charges if you've been stung in the past. What do you think about cruise ship tipping? Any requests you have about travel information you want to see covered on a future show, that's the place to go. I do hope you can join me next week on the Travel Show with John Guinn on ukhealthradio.com, where each week I'm checking it out before you check in.